It happens again in America. A black man walks into his own bank, where he's been banking for 2 years, with a fairly substantial check from a settlement. Well, actually, just consider, listen to this. I think you'll find this amazing. Well, and sadly not amazing. Leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. There was one other story I wanted to share with you. This is just like, we've got to come up with a category for these stories, but there's a fellow who lived in Detroit. His name is Senator Thomas. And his employer, and we don't know the details of what happened because it was the lawsuit was settled. He was given a settlement check, a payment, and part of it was a provision in the settlement agreement that he wouldn't talk about it in public, a confidentiality agreement. But he was employed by Enterprise Leasing in Detroit. They lease trucks and stuff like that. And he brought a workplace racial discrimination lawsuit. And they lost. They went to court and they lost. And they had to pay him. And they wrote him a fairly large check. And we don't know how much the check is because, again, that was covered by the confidentiality clause. So he had been banking at TCF Bank in Livonia, Michigan. My oldest child was born at St. Mary's Hospital in Livonia. Louise and I used to live down the road in Westland, which are both suburbs of Detroit. Livonia is a little more upscale. Westland's a little more downscale, but in any case. So he takes this settlement check from his lawsuit for racial discrimination into this bank. And the bank manager says to him, hang on, just stay right there. I need to verify this check, because it's a large check. And she goes in the back room and calls police. And 4 cops arrive, and 2 are waiting outside, and they question this guy, and he says, no, it's a settlement check. Here's my lawyer's phone number. You can call my lawyer. They call his lawyer. She says, yes, it's a settlement check. And the manager of the bank still says, no, we're going to file a police report for check fraud, and we will not deposit this check in your account that you've had with this bank for 2 years. Welcome to America. He is now, by the way, suing the bank. and hopefully he'll get a good-sized settlement, because this is just absolutely unacceptable behavior. And the bank issued a statement saying, wow, we just did what we would do with anybody who brought in a large check. We're sorry we inconvenienced him. That was their official statement. Words to that effect. I mean, it's not verbatim, but very close. But he went down the street to another bank and said, hey, this is my check. I am me. Here's my ID. Would you like me to open a checking account here? And if so, will you deposit this? And the other bank said, sure, in a heartbeat. Yeah, so much for TFC or TCF Bank.